My name is Daisy Stein. I'm in 11th grade and I go to Dr. Michael Kropp Senior High School.
Awesome, Daisy. Thank you. So, Daisy, what happened that made you realize that you needed our service?
So when I was in middle school, when I was taking Algebra 1 and geometry, like my teachers were really bad and like I didn't really learn that much. So when it came to the SAT, I took a diagnostic test and the first score I got wasn't the score that I knew that I was going to be happy with. And I didn't think doing anything on my own would have worked. So I heard really good things about Piece of Pie and I just knew that was going to be the best thing for me.
Did you at any point take a maybe like a PSAT or something like that brought that into your consciousness?
Yeah, I took a PSAT last year. Also, I didn't really get that good of a score. But when I started doing like SAT prep, I took a diagnostic SAT and ACT to see which one would be better for me. And like I obviously chose the SAT, but the score like wasn't what I was gonna be happy with. So
Yeah, what score were you looking for and like why?
I mean, I was looking for something in the 700s. Like my dream is to go to Penn. Like that's always been like where I wanted to go. So obviously you need a really good score to go there. And like my parents always told me like my sister went through this first and she took the ACT. But my parents always told me that like math is the easier thing to do like improve on. Like it's harder to improve on reading. So I was looking for like a 740 or 750 in math and now I ended up with a 760, so I'm really happy.
Nice. One other thing though, right, about kind of like before you did tutoring, how was your math at that time in general, like in school? Were you like a strong math student, a so-so, or like
I'm like a so-so math student. Like I wouldn't say I'm good, but I wouldn't say I'm bad at math.
what math class were you in?
Right now I'm in Calc AB, AP.
Okay, you're an AP Cal, AB. I mean, I'd say, all right, so maybe you're saying so-so compared to your classmates, but you are 2 years ahead in math, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Um, that being said, last year you were in pre-cal.
Yeah.
So when you got your PSAT scores and maybe didn't get the score that you wanted, or were you surprised at all about your math score, given that you're 2 years ahead?
Yeah, yeah, I was. I didn't expect to score like how I did, but I don't know.
What do you think it was that kind of got in your way?
I think like a lot of like the tricks I didn't really know like a lot of the wording was like what messed me up. Like if they told me to my face like this is exactly what you have to do, I could have done that and like known how to do the math. But like the way they word it is so tricky. And like that's like Piece of Pie also helped a lot. Like in the lessons, like you guys would like explain exactly like what they're asking for and the way that they're asking for it. And like that was like a lot of the help that I needed.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah, they definitely don't word it that way in school.
Yeah.
So you needed mainly help with like the wording. Maybe I don't know. Like the other thing that came to mind is like you are like being advanced can actually hurt you.
Yeah, it's true. Like other kids are learning algebra and geometry right now, and I'm learning something completely different than what's on the test.
Right. So did you feel like some of it maybe was you just needed like a quick little refresher on something that
Yeah,
you
exactly. Like I just needed like to like relearn everything really quick.
okay, cool. How'd you end up finding out about us?
My sister's friend Annabelle Schiff, like she went worked with you guys, she got an 800, and I was like, obviously it works, so I'll do it. I'll put in the work.
Classic. Annabelle Chef. One of the first 800s. That's awesome. Cool. And then like coming into it, what was your expectation of the virtual group learning environment?
I mean, since like we had COVID, I was kind of used to Zooms and all of that stuff since I had been through it before, but I didn't really know exactly how it was going to be because it was like super intense, like 4 hours. It's like a long time to be just sitting there and like I didn't know if I would get bored or tired or what would happen, but it was very interactive and like you're the teacher, I forget her name, my teacher, but she was like she would call on us and like make us get involved. So it wasn't like you're just sitting there listening to her and like getting bored. Like it was very like interactive and good. So I liked it.
It was not like how did it compare to the COVID?
Oh, I think it was like obviously it was like the same kind of situation like sitting there, but like I think it was better, like more interactive in smaller groups. And since it was a smaller group, like you're easily able to learn, like compared to like a huge class.
Yeah, literally. Huge class online does not work.
Yeah.
Not at all, bro. All right, awesome. Um, so I guess how would you describe the service to another student, right? Like, what should they know?
I mean, they should know that if they're starting, like they have to do the work. If they don't do the work, then first of all, you guys will text them all day and make sure they're doing their work and turning it in. And if not, like what's the point of even doing it? Like you're doing it for yourself so that you can get a good score. And like no one's gonna do the work for you. Like you're the one that has to do it. You have to be dedicated. And you have to know that if you do put in the effort, that it does it like there is a good outcome. Like it's worth it at the end.
The work is there. No, it's like the number one thing is the work, man. I mean, it's true though. There's no way, like there's no secret, right?
Yeah.
Like what do you think, was the key to your improvement, specifically, maybe was there anything in our program specifically that you think helped the most or just like a general,
I
way?
just think like having the deadlines and like you guys saying like you don't have to finish everything by the end of the week, but like it's most beneficial for you if you do it. And like I knew at the end I wanted a good score, and my parents also would tell me like if you want the score that you're saying you want, like you have to do it. There's no other way. Like it doesn't get done for you. So like knowing that, I just would like push through, and like even if I was tired, I would like find the time for me to do it and like just like put it into my schedule.
And that's key, is just having that time. I mean, one is the motivation,
Yeah.
and then two is the time management skills.
Yeah, it's
Was
true.
there, or like the sacrifice, right?
Yeah, like I would stay home like after school. Like my friends would go eat dinner together, and I would just be home doing a piece of pie because I knew that I needed to do it, and I didn't want to do it at other times.
I mean, listen, at a certain, that's what I tell students is like, all right, you guys want to do, you guys want to accomplish big goals, challenging goals. And it's like, well, something's got to give,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You can't do it all, right? Like, you only have so
yeah,
much time in the day. I mean, I guess there's always two ways about it, right? One, you get more efficient. So you get more efficient, you could do more. Cool. But then
yeah,
at a certain point, if you're not getting more efficient, then you got to get rid of something.
yeah.
You probably need a little bit of both, to be honest. And what about like time management? Was there anything different that you did, you would say, that helped you manage it better?
I don't know. Like I feel like I'm a good student in school. Like I've always been good at managing my time, so it wasn't like hard for me to do it. Just sometimes I would like leave it off and like forget that I had so much to do. And then it would like leave it to the last minute. But like usually I was like good about it. Like when I would write down my homework, like you guys said to make the plans, like I would follow it pretty strictly and like told myself like if I leave it, then I have to do it the next day. So just do it that day.
All right. Well, coming from somebody who then, I guess now I know you're pretty organized. Do you use like a planner or something or
No.
calendar? Or it's all in your head, bro?
Yeah. I have like a to-do list on notes. That's it.
All right. Well, that's something. So I bet you some people don't even have a to-do list. So to-do list was your move. Like you just knew on notes, like Monday, Tuesday. Do you do it like that, or is it just like day to day?
Yeah, I can show you. I have it like still saved.
And that was the list. But see, that was the to-do list for our prep course.
Like I had it like this.
Yeah, for the prep course, right?
Yeah.
That was the plan we'd make you make. What about in general though, for the rest of your things you do in like school? Do you have a
Oh,
place where you
I
manage that?
just put I just put notes to do, and then I just put like the little check things, and I just like write everything that I have to do, and I'll check them off as I go.
There you go. Notes app. I mean, it's efficient and it's always with you. So cool. All right. I guess ultimately, you know, you put in all that work, you were organized, you were motivated, right? Ultimately, though, so like, what did that end up leading you to, right? Like, what was the end result and the overall improvement you made?
Okay, so I started out of 500. That was like my first diagnostic score. And then on this last December SAT, I got a 760. So I went up 260 points, which was honestly more than I was expecting to go up. But I'm really happy with it, and like now I have bright futures and all of that stuff, so I'm happy.
Nice. And a better chance of, are you
Getting
gonna,
into college.
Can you apply? Do you think you're good to apply with a score yet, or what's
No,
going on?
I still have to work on my reading score because my reading score is still like iffy. But the math, like I'm set. Like I just want a super score with the math, like with a better reading score.
Would you say you've always been better at math than reading, or not really?
Well, I thought I was better in reading, but I guess math is taking over right now.
I guess that's where I was going. I was like, I guess you're better at math now, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, cool, bro. That's awesome, dude. Um, I guess I know you're pressed here. I got you. So I mean, is there just anything else that we should know, like overall?
I mean, I don't know, like I would say that it's really worth it. Like if you're willing to put in the time and the dedication to do it, then like you should. Like I would tell like all my friends after like they saw me doing pizza pie, they're like, it's so much work. I'm like, yeah, but like in the end you're gonna see like it's worth it. And like I told all of them, like you should do it. Like if you're struggling, like do it. Just do it, put in the time, and then you'll get the score that you want if you can't get it right now.
I mean, what's the alternative, right?
Like other people, like they have tutors and they're not doing anything. Like they ask me for help. They're like, did Piece of Pie teach you how to do this? I'm like, yeah, like I can help you. I was like, you should just do it yourself and it will be so good for you.
What is it with that? Is it people like, do they just like, they think it's just they're gonna get lucky or something?
I don't know.
I was trying to figure that out. I'm
So
like,
they're just hoping.
they're just hoping that whatever they're doing is gonna work. And it's like, why? Okay, you don't need to hope anymore, bro.
Yeah.
We got the here's the roadmap.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't want to face the fact that they have to do all like, oh, like they
Yeah.
don't believe it.
So all my friends, they told me they're like, I don't understand how you can do that much work. I'm like, it's really not that bad. Like it looks worse than it is.
And then they want to go to like tough schools and
Yeah.
universities. At that point, then it's fine, bro. Don't do a piece of pie. Don't get your score and don't go to the school. That's what you deserve. Then, like, what?
You
Like,
don't put in the work, you're not gonna get it.
yeah, bro. It's beyond, but it's fine at this point. I like that reputation of you got to do the work because, to be honest, it's just a reflection of life.
Yeah.
You know, I actually I'm all about results and but also the process, right? It's like and more so at this point, it's becoming more about like if you
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
right on
okay.
time.
Yeah,
How are
sorry.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
how would you describe this service to a parent? What should they know?
I would say from my perspective, like it's obviously a huge time commitment. And from a parent's point of view, I was so happy that you guys were so on top of it. Like as annoying as it was to get all those, you didn't do assignment 4, you didn't do assignment 3. Like it was really amazing. Like you were very usually I'm the one that has to do all of that. And to know that like I didn't have to worry about it, that you guys were gonna ride her was great.
That's part of it. I was talking to my team today. Actually, we were getting ready for the next course, and I was like, we're a week and a half out, and it's like we're gonna start the homework checks early this time. Like,
Yeah.
just get things rolling, just get them used to it. Like, hey guys, we're gonna be checking in. Like, just do the work.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot of work and time. And so like just to have you pushing like was good. You need the push.
They need it. I feel like it's not even. I think a lot of the times it's not even like the kids being lazy or anything.
No, not at all. It's just like there's so much going on. It's 11th grade. There most of them are in, all these hard classes and life and after school stuff. And it's just like a lot. So just to have a reminder, okay, like I'm gonna
Like,
do it.
even when you're tired, it's like, especially when you're tired, you're like, do I really need to do this? And then us telling you like, no, trust me, like if you don't do it, it's not gonna work.
The best
Yeah.
thing I have to say, like about this whole situation is like, even though it's like a really hard 10 weeks, it's a huge commitment, but it's 10 weeks instead of having it hanging over your head for like 6 months to a year. Like we're done, math, check, So
It's true. Instead of, I mean, I guess there are, that's how when I used to do one-on-one, I mean, like it could take longer and it was a little more relaxed. But then, it's funny that always, in my opinion, that kind of backfires
like haunting you in your head for 6 months.
And the longer you do it like slow, the more you just forget things. And people don't realize that. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, man, we can't leave room for that.
So I have a good analogy. When I was teaching my kids to swim, we lived in New York, and we would go like once a week to like a swim class for like months, months and months and months. And they never learned to swim. We came to Florida and I was like, okay, like really now they have to learn to swim. We live in Florida. And we did it every single day for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. They learned to swim. So it's very similar.
It's compounding.
Exactly. So
It's
that's my 2 cents.
no, I agree. And I think if anything, ideally prep needs to be in waves.
Mhm.
You need to you want to compress it short enough to where the kid is willing to put in like a lot of work.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like we were saying, like that, like all the work that's done each week, it'll like build and they won't forget it. And it'll just keep building and building and building. It'll have a compounding effect, which is why you're able to go up like 200 points because you're just having all this stuff that's freshly in your brain building on the other one, right? And then actually what I noticed ends up happening is like you'll do the 10-week course with us. And it's so intense, but the compounding effect is so great that you'll actually retain so much of this more than you believe. Like,
Yeah.
depending on the student, like it is normal, like in a few months from now, your score could go down if you don't practice. But it's surprising. Like, I mean, she went up from 500 to 760. I mean, your score goes down to like a 720 maybe.
Mhm.
The amount that you retain is crazy. And so we've had students in the past where maybe they wanted to go up like, I don't know, 300 points or something, right? And so the way that I had told them to do it is like, it's better instead of, we're not going to spread it out. We're going to do 2 separate intense pushes with a break in between so you relax, right? The
Mhm.
first one would get them up like 100, sometimes it was just 100 or 120. And then they give them like a few months break, and then they do by the next prep course, they'll go up another 150, and then boom,
Yeah, I think 10 weeks was the right amount because it was just at the end that Daisy was like, I don't know how much longer I could do this, but it was like just enough, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it was, long enough that she got all the material, but short enough that she wasn't gonna like jump off the roof, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Good thing. Good. I'm glad. Um, and then the crazy, like, I guess the craziest part to finish this was the fact that you had to wait extra for that score.
Oh my God,
Oh
that
my-
was torture.
That was horrible.
We were
That was-
so worried. That was horrible.
Wait, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to jinx it, but I like every time students have to wait, it's always good. I don't know why. Like in the past, for
I
whatever reason, it's like I gotta wait. And I'm like, don't worry, it'll come up for whatever reason. It's just been that
I
way. So
know we were joking, like maybe they thought your score went up so much it was suspicious.
that's not a joke.
Yeah,
That happens. They have to look
yeah,
into some people, and so they're probably like, hold it,
yeah.
wait a
Whatever,
sec.
we'll take it. We're very happy. So
All right,
maybe if you could figure out the English section.
we're figuring out. We're
That's up next.
working very hard on it. We've been working on this in summer. I mean, last prep with the kids we got. I mean, that's the thing. The math is unique. It's so unique that it makes our reading look bad.
I know.
Like with the math, the average improvement was 150 or something, and I was like, what? That's how people go up on like the whole test sometimes,
Yeah,
like a full 150 on just the test is great.
yeah.
But the reading was, I mean, again, compared to the math, doesn't look as good, but it was 60-point average improvement. I was like, all right, I'll take that. So I guess we'll see by the next one, because now it's changing a lot too. That's the part that I'm a little bit like, why are you changing the reading so much?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you follow us on Instagram, you'll know. As soon as we get a 100-point jump on the reading, if you still need help, let me know.
Perfect.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you so
We
much.
we were
Oh.
really happy and everybody sent people your way. So
No, of course, I appreciate that. We'll have a great rest of vacation time. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you later.
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.